caused severe damage to our electric system, but not to the spirit of our community. You stood with us during the longest restoration in our history, and your support was vital to the reaching out. They're talking about how the federal government can help local governments get back on their feet following two disastrous hurricanes. Going to sleep for experience nightmares. They may act out for fast tests or school life. You can help children by understanding these are normal reactions to stress.
New Orleans by John Roberts. On a hot August day, Katrina came and tried to wash us away. But as always, New Orleans will always stand.
During the storm, I left before the storm even happened. We went to Jackson, Mississippi. It took us like 4 or 5 hours, but it felt like a whole day. When I got to Jackson, Mississippi, I had to live in a shelter. It was all right. When I first walked in there, I didn't like it, but once I stayed in there, it was all right. And they treated us well.
Katrina, it just brought a lot of different things. I was like, when you went to Texas, people didn't like you because you were from New Orleans and stuff, and you got in fights because of stuff, different stupid stuff like that.
Did you lose any relatives or anything?
Yes, I lost 2 relatives. I slept through it, and the water just went above their head. Lost our house, but we're living with some relatives right now, trying to find a place to stay.
We were staying at a hotel, and then it flooded, so we had to leave because we was on the 3rd floor and the water was like to the 2nd floor. And we had to walk through that, and when we left, we went and stayed on the bridge for like 2 days. They were shooting, and people was jumping off the bridge and stuff. They had like a family, they jumped off the bridge. They had bodies floating around and stuff. I felt creepy because they was like, come see, and I went over there and to look, and they had a man, he got shot, and his brains was on the ground and stuff. It was creepy, real creepy. My family didn't come back because they didn't have anywhere to stay, but they plan on coming back when they find a house.
I feel sad because I lost my house and all my clothes and my car, or my mama car. I was staying on Kentucky Street, right down the street from the Larry Breach. We stayed by my grandpa's house with my cousins because my mama didn't want to leave my Uncle Adam, and my Uncle Adam didn't want to leave my grandpa, and my grandpa didn't want to go. We had a portable, you know how the little stoves is, the portable kind? It was something like that, and they had cooked like something to eat on, and that's when we all ate and we went to sleep. And my Uncle Adam, he was saying, y'all don't worry about it. When y'all wake up in the morning, all the water gonna be gone. So we woke up in the morning and the water was still left. After that, we went on St. Claude, and from St. Claude, we went to the convention center. That was horrible. Everybody, you heard shots every night. You couldn't do nothing about it but just sit there, cause ain't nowhere else you could go. I felt miserable. And my mama, she had got sunburned bad, so she was fussing all day long. We stayed there for about a week. Yeah, and that's when the buses came and we went to Arkansas.
I actually stayed. I stayed through the hurricane, but the after effects were messed up, and then we had to leave to go to Lafayette to go by a cousin's house. It didn't flood where we was at, but we have a picture of our house where the water rised over the steps. And we was in apartments, and we like seen, not apartment, but a hotel. We seen where the people was looting, and they was dropping stuff, walking around, stealing out of the stores, and people was just shooting, throwing things at the people's cars, and like it was a tragedy. And we was ready to go home. It was talking about the bridge was overflowing with water, and the animals was escaping. I went to Lafayette. We went by a cousin's house, and once they got too many people in this house, we had to go get an apartment. Well, we thought FEMA was gonna pay for the apartment rent, which they didn't. I'm not trying to talk about FEMA, but well, we moved into apartments, and then we started school at Lafayette Middle, and then like I stayed there for half of the year, but I had to come back to New Orleans. I called this hurt depression, food, and anger, because it puts all my thought and my depression of how I feel into the picture. Well, really, I'm not happy to be back here because everything is not the same as it was before the hurricane happened. And it's just tore up.
Did any of your family members separated or anything during the hurricane?
Yeah, on my daddy's side and my mom's side, it's just separated. I haven't seen none of them since the hurricane except for my stepsister. Well, we're in apartments and no, our house hasn't been rebuilt or nothing. And FEMA's not really helping us. We were supposed to get a trailer. We haven't got that yet. I'm glad to be back in school, but it just ain't the same. All the neighborhood and stuff, all the houses around my school, it's just tore up, messed up, trees gone.
I'm not really so glad to be in New Orleans, back in New Orleans, because it's not the same as it was before. Like, ain't none of my friends down here. I don't got nobody to talk to on the phone.
I think that most of the land is going to be sold and most people will come back, but not a lot of people right now. Because the prices for the houses are up high. Like, people ain't going to come back if they got the prices too high. So, I really don't know. Well, I think they need to build back the school system. I think it needs to be rebuild everything. I think they need to rebuild the people. Try to be united again. Well, you just can't build a house with one person. You need more people to build more a house. So they need people back. They need to be treated the way we was treated before the hurricane.